In this question, we need to find domain and range of the real function f defined by fx equals to square root x minus 1. We know that for a real function, the expression in square root should always be greater than or equals to 0. So we get x minus 1 should be greater than equals to 0. This will give me x greater than equals to 1, which I can write in interval notation, like my domain will be square bracket 1 comma infinity. I have used square bracket at 1 because 1 is included. Now to find range of this function, I will plot graph of this function. To plot graph of this function, I need to calculate values of fx at some values of x, and here I have to note that values of x should always lie in domain only, and our domain is from 1 to infinity, so I should take values of x from 1 to infinity only. So first I'll find f at 1, that will be square root 1 minus 1 equals to square root 0 equals to 0. Next I'll find f5 equals to square root 5 minus 1 equals to square root 4 equals to 2. Next I'll find f10, that is equals to square root 10 minus 1 equals to square root 9 equals to 3. And you note that I have selected values of x very intelligently, so that number in square root is always a whole square, so that I can find the square root of that in convenient way. But we don't have to select only 1, 5 or 10. We can take any number in the domain and our answer may come in decimal, but that will be little difficult to handle. So I have selected values of x accordingly. So here I have made a table out of values of x and fx, and here note that the smallest point in our domain is 1. So I have taken that in my table, and because my domain extends up to infinity on the right side, so I show that by putting 3 dots corresponding to values of x in my table. Now I can plot graph of my function. The value of function at x equals to 1 is 0, value of function at x equals to 5 is 2, value of the function at x equals to 10 is 3, and I can connect these points to make my graph. And note that my graph extends up to infinity on the right side because my domain is up to infinity. Now to find range of this function, I take projection of this graph on y-axis, that will give me my range. So the lowest point on the graph is 1, 0. So if I project that, that comes on origin, and then the entire graph will cover the upper side of y-axis. So that is my range, and if I write that in interval notation, my range will be equals to 0, infinity. I have put square bracket at 0 because 0 is included.